Hello and welcome to King Pasha's Garage. We finally have the Volkswagen pickup truck. This thing is pretty fun. I wish there was more options for engines, more diesel engine options, as this thing does start out as a diesel. And I didn't know that until I looked around at the car and it says diesel in the background, on the back, back lid of it. And I was like, oh, it's a diesel. How cool is that? So anyways, I'm going to show you guys my tune, but first, let's get that share code out there for you guys. This thing's a lot of fun. I think you're going to have a blast with this tune. And I'm going to show it to you guys today. But yeah, we got 668 horsepower. I wish we could get the diesel truck engine in this thing, and have 1,049 horsepower and 2,000 plus foot-pounds of torque. That would make this thing a monster. But with the 668 horsepower, it's not bad. It holds its own. And I have two of these cars right now. And I'll show you guys what the diesel is actually pushing. Because I bought another one. They're only 20,000 a piece. So with the diesel fully upgraded, you can get 235 horsepower and 324 foot-pounds of torque. Doesn't seem like that much. You would think you would have more torque, but you don't. And I will show that later. It's front-wheel drive. I just left it as stock as it is, front-wheel drive stock. Have just a little downforce in the back, focused everything onto the rear, and I'll show that later. Now, I did take this thing down the mountain, of course, and it was a lot of fun. You guys are going to see the other ones that I've been working on here. Even like the Zonda. That one's tuned and shared, and I'll get to that soon. But yeah, this thing's a lot of fun. I really enjoy tuning it. I put it on the 3-minute mark. So, yeah, that works. Let me find my remote and turn down the TV a little bit. Yeah, she's very smooth for a truck. I mean, now she's front-wheel drive base, but this is an all-wheel drive tune, of course. So, I put all that stuff into consideration when I'm tuning these vehicles. Clearly, I mean, it might be all-wheel drive, but, that back end can get pretty loose if you put a lot of power back there, because there's nothing back there. It's just a bed. So I put that into consideration, too, when I was tuning this. And, yeah, it's amazing. It's the same color as my 87 Chevy S10 that I used to have. It was just as red. It had red duct tape all over it just so it would pass inspection in Pennsylvania. This thing definitely still gets sideways, and she's a slider, I try to get into a couple online lobbies with this thing, because I know it's gonna destroy, hands down. I know it's gonna destroy, but I couldn't. It was always S1, and it was S1 during the day and S1 during the night, and no A class. And I didn't want to go right into S class and then try to find this vehicle, because I don't know where it is in the list. So there's that. When you own all the cars in the game, finding things can always be a challenge in like the 30 or 40 seconds they give you. Of course, you said, oh, well, you can favorite cars. Well, yeah, but if I favorite all my cars and don't go back into it, it will be exactly the same. You can tell we're already in the millions with this thing. I didn't have to do a little switchback with this thing. It just pulls right through it. Second gear is just great. And I was able to pull a 1.146 with it. I know you guys probably could do a lot better than I am, but you know, at least that's what I was able to do with it. And as you can tell in the back, it did say diesel. You know, of course, you know, when I first looked at this thing, I was like, oh, you know, let me have a nice look at this thing. It had the bumpers and everything. I was looking at the insides, and when I came around here and I said, that says diesel. I didn't know it was a diesel until I actually had it in my possession, because I don't actually look at all this stuff. Like, I have one friend that just tells me everything, and sometimes it just goes through one ear and out the other. But you know, and like, I didn't know it was a diesel. I didn't know what it was. You know, I figured just small engine, you know, whatever. I knew there was only, I had a feeling we could only get the 668 horsepower engine in there. You know, I did look at these other ones. You got a 1.8 liter inline 4. It starts out with 112. You know, that's all right. You have a V6, you know, 2.8 liter V6, but none of them is getting close to this power. All right, so I had to use this engine, you know, and then there's the diesel, and it starts out with 52 horsepower and 72 foot-pounds torque, and I think that's so little. I think there should be definitely more torque out of that diesel engine. That's just me, you know. When I think of diesels, I think of torque, you know, of course. Got the all-wheel drive drivetrain. You can get rear-wheel drive on here, and of course it's front-wheel drive stock. Here, like, I removed the front bumper. I just have the regular rear wing here. This thing puts, like, you know, these side rails on here, whatnot. But it adds weight, so it adds like a couple pounds. But I decided not to run it. There's not really much other chrome on this vehicle. Everything's pretty much black, so I didn't see a point in running chrome on there. You know, now if you're running the bumper, sure, why not? I have that chrome on there, but I have everything taken off. You can put mud flaps on here and it'll say rabbit, you know, on it, you know, but like I said, it was adding weight to it, and I didn't want to. I wanted to keep this thing as light as possible for you guys. You guys got a stock tire compound on here. Anything else goes way into an S1 class. I haven't made an S1 class for it. I figured an A class is good enough. It's just got regular 165s in the front and 165s in the back. It's got 13-inch rims. As you can tell, it says 70R13. That means that's the rim size, if you did not know how all of that works. Okay, it's got the TC105 ends on there. They look really good. I like the white wall tires on there, but as you can tell, it's a 13 for the rims there. You know, just tells you everything. Yeah, I gave you the track width for the front and track width for the rear. I figured, why not? It's just got a stock transmission, 6-speed, race drive line, and a drift differential. Apparently I'm not active enough yet. It's got race brakes and drift springs and dampeners, anti-roll bars for both the front and the rear. Why not, right? It's funny, you can't see them, but they're there. You know, they're probably underneath, right? Sure. Either way, no roll cage. Or if I did put 96 more pounds on here, it would go up to a class 781. You know, but then you might be helping everything else, but you're adding weight. We're not here to add weight. We're here to make it as light as possible. We're saving 326 pounds on top of all that. And everything here is pretty simple. Already, because I bought 2 of these cars already, you're looking around, I think, 79,000 to download this tune onto your car. If you don't have the things I put into it as well. Other stuff is, I haven't touched any of this stuff. The Car Mastery does give you some drift. you know, drift skill tacked onto there. This is also a nice thing to have, your custom sound system. So that's always a plus there as well. So if anything, I would just get these guys right here. So let's get right to this tune and show you guys everything that I did to it. Alright, I did make everything, you know, go more closer to the end of, you know, the thing. It says 201. You might hit it. You know. Alignment's a little different. I did 2, 7, 5, 0, 3, 0, 5, 0, and 7, 0. Anti-roll bars are just there for some show, so just slap some stickers on them. Springs are as soft as possible, 185, 185.6. Lows you can go is 5.6, 5.6. Dampening's 20, 20, and 20. No downforce to worry about. Braking, I have 70% to the front with 130% pressure. And I said I kept it in mind that the it comes front-wheel drive. So when I did it, I actually put more power going to the front wheels than the rear. And it all works out. The back end is still goes sideways, and it works, guys. So, there's that. Take her outside. I'll show you guys. You know, it's wonderful. It's an absolute beast. Too bad it's dark out here. You can tell it has no problem going sideways right off the bat. Alright, she's a slider. So, don't worry if you trade paint with everything. And it's got stock tire compound, that nice rally engine just screaming all cylinders all the time. Lots of fun though. I enjoyed this thing, and it's definitely ready for open drift. You guys are gonna have a whole lot of fun with it when you get it in there. The gears are great. They work perfectly. It's very responsive.
You have arrived at your destination.
And she is a smoke machine. I've noticed that as well. Loves to make smoke. Like I said, slider. Gotta watch it. I didn't hit, did I? I don't think so. Thanks to that 55, you know, kind of stuff there. First gear is great. And even though there's more power going to the front wheels, you really don't notice it. You know, it all works out perfectly. It really does. And it really looks good. If we say here, see, you don't even notice that there's actually more power going to the front. You can't tell that the front tires are going to spin faster than the rears, you know. But you're going to notice a whole lot of control with this car. And look at that red line right there. It's just sitting there. It's not even bouncing. That is excellent. That is what you want. Now let's go in there and let's look at the diesel. I want to show you guys. This thing is still a work in progress. I haven't shared it yet. And yeah, why not? So going from all of that power, go back to the stock. It's a B700. You know, I focused everything on the rear. Even though it's front wheel drive, I focused everything on the rear. Alright, when I mean that is, see, there's no downforce in the front, you know. Everything, you know, is in the rear. There's downforce right there, you know, that's taken out. That's still, side skirts are just stock. It could say rabbit in the side, didn't do that. Alright, Look, this is stock in the front. All right, maxed out in the rear. All right, that's all stock there. All right, maxed out in the rear, stock in the front. It's wild. It works. All right, it's got my TC105 ends on there, and I'm running a slick tire on there. You know, a 0 to 60 in 6.2, 0 to 100 in 12.3, with the top speed of a 125.7. It is on top of its class for B class. That's it. You make this thing in A class, you're going to fail miserably. You know what I mean? You're probably going to fail miserably anyways with what's going on here. Like I said, it's a work in progress. You know, everything is work together there. You know, I still focused everything on the rear on there. You know, like I said, its downforce is on there, but it only has 122 on the back. Brakes are stock, and then my differential is 21/100. I use this thing for everything. I really do. We'll just take her outside, and like I said, this thing should have more torque. I think it's lacking torque, but right now, look at that. It's smooth. It gets going, you know. Now, if we just stop here, floor it here. I have it set to 65. Yep, 85 there. 101. It's a nice little truck, you know, something you just want to, you know, leave on the farm. It's a nice cruiser, you know, and I mean, it turns good, you know, and I mean, like I said, I focused everything on that rear end, just so I could just, you know, take turns with ease with this thing. It stops pretty darn good, too. But yeah, I think it needs more diesel power put in here. If you could definitely put that Ford Dolly truck engine in there, you know, give it the 1,049 horsepower it desperately needs. Yeah, this thing would be an absolute beast, and it would be so much fun. And I mean, and if you could keep it in A class, it would be an absolute monster. And they probably did think about doing it, and found out that it was, you know, overkill. It probably was the best thing ever, and they're like, no, we need to dumb this thing down a little bit. Yeah, it's pretty nice. It is what it is, you know? It is what it is. What are you going to do? But yeah. Well, hey guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, definitely hit that like button. When I go back to get my other one, my A class right here, get that in my hands. Maybe try to get into an online drift lobby with this thing. I know it's going to destroy you. I know it's going to be a lot of fun. I can't wait to see its full potential. If I can't, guys, get on there. Get on my tune. If you can get into an online room with this thing, you know, post it below. You know what score you got, what place you were in. I'd like to hear it. You know, if you're getting like first, second, third place, you know, I want to hear it. You know, if you're getting fourth and more, you need more practice. These things are tuned to win. You know, you just got to get on and let them carry you. Either way. Well, hey guys, I enjoy making these videos for you. If you enjoy watching these videos, definitely hit that like button. And if there's anything else I could do for you, let me know in the comments below. But until next time, stay sideways, my friends.